Your attention, please. change today up, so it's
Okay, okay, welcome to stream. Today, wait, when my, wacht, één seconde, dat ding is niet. Okay, welcome to the stream. Today we're just gonna, for this stream, listen to the MMA of Last Remains. And then after an hour or so, we're gonna play the game. And see what it's all about.
uw camera werkt niet, Hunter.
No, it works now, look. Camera werkt nu.
All right. Yeah, welcome to the stream. All right. You can go to Discord then. What's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. Last Remains zombie game, zombie crypto game.
Handsome gentleman. Yo, what's up, Coop? I am going to throw my cam on just for anybody who is up here. You're welcome to throw your cam on. You don't have to. I'm still building up the background. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get something over here. I plan to get some Last Remains representation. Hey, Coop, what's up?
What's up? I should send you over Evie as well, because I'm going to retire one of hers soon at least.
Oh, really? That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're able to, definitely send it on over. All right, we got myself, we got Coop, we got Vitaly. We are okay. Larry's not able to make it up here. We'll see. We'll try again. I believe that's Graham down there. I'm gonna send him an invite as well and see if we can bring him up. Graham, did I get the right Graham here?
Yes, you did.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a fake Graham.
Hey, I didn't know you changed things up a little bit, so I had to make sure that everything was good. So, all right, I think we are pretty much here. I think the only person who is going to come up as well is there he is, Lewis. So we're going to have the dream team up here. All right, hello. So once again, guys, no pressure to throw your cam on. I am going to throw my cam on. Would be awesome to see your guys' faces, but there is no pressure on it. For everybody in the stage, hello. Thank you for making the time to come and chat with me, you handsome gentlemen who've been building this awesome game. And for everybody else who's down in the audience, I know there's not going to be too many. The time is not friendly for everyone. But don't worry, this is being recorded. So if you're catching this live, great. We're happy to have you guys here. If you're watching this recording later on, again, you guys, we're doing this for you. We want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to hear all of these questions being answered. So I think, guys, we're just going to set some quick ground rules here. I'm very easygoing. I host a lot of spaces. There are quite a few people here. I pre-sent you guys a lot of the questions. So if you have not yet, definitely do want you guys to make sure that you have that up because it's very important. We're going to be going through all of those questions. I will be asking you guys if you have a specific request to answer, just let me know. You can throw a hand up here or you can just unmute. Everybody's pretty respectful. I'm not worried about it. If none of you guys offer to answer a question, I'm going to throw somebody on the spot. So just be prepared for that. And yeah, for everyone in the audience too, if you have a question, I've done a great job trying to compile all the questions we got from X and Discord. But if I miss something or something comes up during the AMA, you have a chat here that is connected to the stage. Even just throw some hype in there, say hello, get things going, let us know you are alive. But if you have a question, throw it in there. Okay, without further ado, let's get some introductions going, you guys. I think I'm going to have to run it back. Oh, go ahead, Coop, go ahead.
Do we have something specific?
Oop, you're muted.
Specific we want to ask that
or not?
Okay, operator just left the screen.
Okay, it's good now.
Are you muting and unmuting? Is that me?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no, it's me. I'm like, dude, why is this mic being funky? It's definitely user error. It's all me. I was just wondering, is it possible to record stages?
Well, I'm recording it through OBS right now. So all of this is being recorded at this point in time through OBS. So just give me a moment here to make sure that everything is good on my side. I believe that it is, but I just want to make sure it is all good, that every device is set up. All right, let's do a quick sound check. Coop, you want to say hello to me real quick?
Wait.
Test 1, 2. Test.
Perfect. Audio's great. Audio's fantastic. All right, everything is being recorded. Okay, like I said, let's get into this. So you guys know how my internet connection is. It is a little funky sometimes. So if worse comes to worse, I may have to drop my video just to make sure that I get the best quality audio from you guys. But Like I said, let's start with introductions. So, Coop, I'm going to throw it your way. I don't think you need an intro, but I want to start with you. Why don't you just quickly introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, because I know the community is used to seeing you around and you've been quite busy. So maybe just give us a quick intro and tell us what you have been up to.
Yeah, so I'm Coop. I'm the founder of Vern Alliance and the executive producer of Last Remains. And yeah, I guess a bit of background for people that might not know who I am. I've been programming since I was 9 years old. Started modding StarCraft maps and then modding MMO private servers, and then evolved to getting obsessed with building game companies. So this is my fifth startup, and I'm super excited to finally be building in the Web3 game space after watching all the madness over the years. And yeah, in terms of what I've been up to, I've been busy building this amazing team that you're going to be seeing up here. There's literally almost 80 people amongst the Earn Alliance insiders, and it's been just madness. And I have been kind of tweeting recently about how important it is to find the right people and bring the right brains together. And I'm super excited to kind of introduce and have Max introduce the people on stage, because it's really come together, and it's kind of the fruit of the labor that I've been. But I am looking forward to connecting more with everybody in the community and being more present soon as we move forward.
Thanks, Coop. What a great way to start it. And I agree. We're going to keep going through the intros here. So I think we're going to hand it over to the man with the wonderful mustache here as well, Unseen. Or, well, I know you're going to introduce yourself as your official name, but take the stage, my man. Introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about your background and what you do for Last Remains.
Hey, everybody. So it's super excited to be here and, yeah, get to kind of connect with the community. My name is Vitaly. I am the lead narrative on Last Remains, and I'm here to spice up things, to get that story rolling, to get all of those very memorable NPCs and stories in the game. And my background, or where I hail from, is I come from actually a tabletop background. So I've been in the tabletop RPG scene for a very, very long time, and I worked on big IPs, starting from Dungeons and Dragons, Vampires the Masquerade, and then switched to video games. And my last two projects were also kind of connected thematically, even. So first, I worked on Warhammer 40K projects, and after that, I worked on the Legacy of Kain, kind of the sequel to it. So I'm all in zombie mode already for a very long time, and kind of want to bring that energy um, to the game now. And I think there's going to be super a lot of exciting stuff that everybody's going to be bringing to the board. So yeah, excited to be here, guys.
Thanks, Vitaly. And I dropped my video cam, by the way, guys. I just want to make sure I get the best quality possible. I noticed that I was getting a tiny bit of lag from Coop and Vitaly, but I hope it's all good on my side here. Just to make sure things are good, I don't know if you can, but Coop, if you have OBS on your side, just record it on your side too, just to make sure we get good quality would be fantastic. However, let's keep going. So you guys probably know me and Coop. Vitaly's the first new face you have. Vitaly is coming in to make sure that everything has a lot of substance to it. So everything about the world, everything about the story that you have all been very curious about, Vitaly is very much wrapping all of that up, and he's putting the icing on top of the cake. Yeah, Holo's even saying Warhammer 40K is a franchise that has no luck with games. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that there is a huge demand from the fan base to keep that content very canon, right? But let's keep going on because we have a couple more faces. You won't see these faces, but you will hear the voices. So let's throw it over to Larry first. So Larry, I know people have not had too much of an opportunity to chat with you, and you are a man who's been around for a long time. So why don't you give everybody a proper introduction, tell us a little bit about your background, and of course, what you do for Last Remains.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's very excited to meet you all. I see a lot of familiar faces here. I mean, a lot of players here that's been kicking my ass in this game for like a while. Um, but I'm Larry. I'm pretty old. I've been in this industry for about close to 20 years now. So, uh, came from my art and design background. Did a bunch of console games back in the days and some mobile games. And I'm very excited to be using Unreal for this latest project. And my role here, I wear many hats. I like to think myself as a lead for the dev team, working on art and programming mostly. And yeah. So anything goes wrong in this game, any bugs, any optimization issues, I'm the guy to blame. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm pretty shy, so I don't talk a lot. Sorry, guys.
I imagine I'm not the only one that heard Larry be a little bit of a robot there. But the one thing that is constant about Larry is that he has not always the greatest connection, but he has fantastic dev skills. So, yes, Larry is the man behind the development of the game. He is overseeing the team that puts everything actually into your hands. So, all of the changes, all of the characters, all of the mechanics, everything that is inside of the game, Larry is working on it, and they're working very hard, including the optimization, which I know you all have been asking. Don't worry, we have some good questions about optimization coming up. So working very closely with Larry and Vitaly, of course, is actually our game designer who specializes in the economics, and he's making sure that all of the on-chain and off-chain economic stuff that we have going on in the game makes sense, it works, and it is going to be highly sustainable and enjoyable. So I want to hand it over to Graham. Graham, I hope you're doing good. I know you got a new mic, so I'm excited to hear that crispy, clean
Yes.
voice. But why don't you give us a quick intro and tell us what you do for Last Remains?
All right, thanks a lot, Max, and welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. So, I mean, I should probably show my face in the future, but maybe just not today. I'm a little bit unshaven and a little bit messy. But so, yeah. So my name is Graham Griffin. I'm kind of the heads of games and economy design at Earn Alliance. I'm basically responsible for ensuring our game products tick all the right checkboxes. So that includes things like the product vision, player expectations, business expectations, looking at the products holistically, frameworks, features, and systems all synergize, performing due diligence on the player journey, etc. Looking at the economy. This is actually very, very important. Ensuring sources and sinks for various currencies and resources are sustainable and minimize inflation. And I also dabble in a little bit of feature and system design when needed. So I'm also kind of like Larry, a little bit old. I've been in the game industry for about 20 plus years. And I started off as a C++ engineer and slowly evolved into design. So previously, before I came to Earn Alliance, I was a product lead, lead game designer and principal game designer. Most of my career has been based in Asia, particularly Beijing, China. And some of the more notable companies I've worked at before coming here. So one of my first big companies was Possibility Space, which is kind of interesting because we did a PC online multiplayer RPG, which was team-based. And it's actually kind of similar to what Last Remains is. You would actually go to a lobby, invite 2 or 3 other players to form a team, and then fire off into an adventure that would last about 15, 20, 25 minutes. After that, I did work in Six Wave Studios in Beijing, Facebook Mobile doing strategy and casual games, Zynga Beijing doing mobile card collecting RPG games, Ubisoft Abu Dhabi doing mobile mid-core build battlers. And just before joining an alliance, I was at Virtual Gaming Worlds doing social casino games and working in a incubation, exploring product ideation and growth opportunities. And I'm very excited to be here. Thanks.
Thanks, Graham. Yeah, and I guarantee you, even though these guys say they're old, they all look absolutely fantastic. And I think they're just trying to sandbag you guys, making sure that you don't get to see their beautiful faces. They want to keep it a secret, right? So,
Exactly.
but
I'm
we
like
have
feeling my face right now. I'm like, oh man, he's like got a little hair in my face. I'm like, oh man, I got a lot of hair in my face in my head right now. I'm feeling really old.
Oh no, you're good. Don't worry. You look handsome with that hair, Coop. I promise you. Okay, so we've gone through. We have Coop, myself. I don't need an introduction. I've been around. I've been playing this game for a while. We also have Vitaly, Larry, Graham, but we have a new face that is being welcomed to the team that I would like to refer to as the glue of Last Remains, and that is our new associate producer. So, Lewis, I don't know if you're ready to chat, but I would love for you. I know it's your first day, but I'd love for you to just say hello to the community, to give a quick introduction, and tell people what you're going to be doing with Last Remains.
Hi everyone. Does that sound okay? Hi.
Yeah, you're a
It's
little
a
quiet
little
on my
low.
side, but you sound good.
All right. So let me get closer to my computer. Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Lewis. I'm the associate producer for Last Remains, and what I've been mainly doing is track the progress of the
He can
project
just change it up
and
in
make sure
Discord
everything's
and
on
then we can
track.
hear him.
All the lovely features can be developed and shipped to you guys, the breathtaking audience
Wait,
here.
operator.
And a little bit background about me. So I studied game design when I was in the States at Georgia Tech, and I did a little bit of game dev, game design, game like produce like shipping games, and also a bit of
Yeah.
like a full stack developer before. So I kind of did a lot. But right now I'll be mainly the associate
You want
producer
it
for Last
open?
Remains, and make sure everything is well organized and you guys can play the game this quarter. Yeah.
Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate it. And it's a pleasure to have you on the team. Like I mentioned, a little bit of a newer member of the team, but we're really, really excited to have you here. And also, I think this is going to really help us maintain the communication and all the information that we want to share with the community. So, Lewis is really going to help us make sure that we have that together, including, of course, an official roadmap, new launch roadmap. So really excited to share that with you guys. But okay, we got introductions out of the way. Now we want to get into what you all actually came here for, and that is the questions. So once again, just setting some ground rules here. We're going to start this off with a very basic question because, of course, this is recorded, and I want to make sure that everybody who listens to this later on is able to follow in suit. So I am going to throw a question over to Coop and let Coop do his magic, which he does very well. But then afterwards, I have a long list of questions, and I have some people in mind that I think would answer them well. But if anybody does want to answer the question, please just let me know. You can unmute your mic, just start answering, and there's no problem there. If two people talk at the same time, hope you guys can kind of do the do-si-do and figure out who wants to take it first. But let's jump in. I want to know, and Coop, I'm going to hand this over to you. It's been a while since I've done this, so I hope you're ready for it. But I want to ask you, especially with all of the changes, with how long we've been working on the game, I want to ask you this very basic question. What kind of game is Last Remains right now? What is it? Is the genre change? Has, the verbatim change? Tell us about it. What is Last Remains in its current state?
Should I speak in a way that nobody knows what Last Remains is?
A little bit, maybe a little
and a
bit.
bit
Just
of
let us know,
history.
like a
Yeah.
little bit,
So
a little bit of history. I think would help as
yeah,
well.
cool. I'll try to keep it concise. So I think the main thing that has changed is that we learned a lot more about the market, and we used to call Last Remains a stealth zombie battle royale, and we are slowly shifting to calling it a stealth zombie extraction game. And
So
one
like
thing that
Tarkov.
we've been kind of juggling with, and speaking to investors and the community and everyone around the world, is like, is that enough to really explain what it is? And one of the key things that I think people don't know when they play Last Remains for the first time, which we should do better at, is that it feels more like an action RPG than it is a shooter. Because most extraction games are renowned for being a shooter, such as Tarkov, and especially in the Web3 space, such as
See?
Dead Drop and Shrapnel, and now Off the Grid, which is slowly working up the ranks. And yeah, but we're way different. It's all about being able to take a frying pan and whack somebody down and take their NFTs versus finding a gun and taking somebody out in a split second. So in terms of the ethos, it hasn't changed. I remember speaking to Larry a long time ago, and a lot of the people on the stage are actually quite new. The team has been growing a lot, which I hope we can dive into. But the essence that Larry and I used to speak about a long time ago was the feeling of finding a rare item and getting so excited that, wow, I'm usually grinding, I'm playing the game, but now I have this legendary flame sword, let's just say, for funsies, and you can't keep it unless you win the game. And that is the essence. Aside from a second essence, which I think we're still working on, which is you see this zombie and you are just fearful because you just know you don't have enough resources and you're not ready to take them out because zombies are just so difficult to go up against. And we just started introducing some of the new zombies, which are starting to make it more difficult and provide that feeling. With that, that's kind of the high level of like two different feelings in terms of the genre. It has shifted to a stealth zombie extraction, and hopefully we throw in the word action there as we keep evolving.
Thanks, Coop. Appreciate it. So yeah, point of that question, of course, is to just let everybody know who's maybe watching this later on, a quick intro to what Last Remains is, but more importantly, to let you guys know that we're taking the approach of communicating what Last Remains is very seriously, because in the very beginning it was a mouthful. We used to joke about that, but we don't want it to be a mouthful. We want it to be easy for people to understand and easy for people to want to come and actually get involved in. So thanks, Coop. I really appreciate you answering that. But now we're getting into the hard questions. So guys, prepare yourselves, because these are the questions coming from the community. One of the biggest, most important questions that's been asked regularly by a lot of people. Yeah, please, Eat Captain, ask questions. You can throw them in the chat here. Throw them into the chat. I have a bunch of questions already, but I'll keep my eyes open, so throw them in the chat. But this is a very, very often asked question. People want to know about launch. So I don't know who specifically wants to take this, but people want to know, when is Last Remains officially launching? Is it actually going to come out this year? Some people are, curious, even a little bit concerned with the current dev cycle. Is it realistic that it's going to come out this year? When is it set to launch, and how? What platforms is it going to launch on? How are people going to be able to play it? So
I don't get. They say
again,
it
I don't
isn't
know
a
if we
shooter,
want to
but they have
throw it
guns
back
in
to
it.
Coop again, or if Graham,
I'll take
you
it
want to
real
jump in
quick.
here. Yeah, Coop, go ahead.
I'll take it real quick, but I think actually we should be honest and transparent. So I think it'd be really good to get Graham's perspective after mine, just like on how you feel about the game design and economy and stuff, and then Larry as well. But my quick take is that we are aiming for early Q4, but I feel like this is going to be a late Q4 release. And one of the things is that we're still getting organized with bringing this new team together. It's not new. It's not like we lost the team. It's just the team is growing and we're getting organized as a group. And one key person that just joined a few weeks ago that isn't here is a lead marketing person who is dedicated to marketing Last Remains. So we're getting a lot of dedicated resources to this project as of recently. And once we get organized, I think we'll have a better idea on like an exact date. But we're really pushing for this year, especially in the essence of early access and playing 24/7. But would love to pass the mic to maybe Larry to give your essence of like your vision of like a potential release this year and how you feel about it.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same feeling as you, Coop. I definitely want to, you know, have the game out for you guys as soon as possible, but we want to make sure it's in a good state. We don't want to give you guys an finished product. There's still a lot of stuff being worked on. We have been growing our team really rapidly. So there's a lot of onboarding. Lots of guys still getting our costumes and everything. And but everything is ramping up. We are There's a bunch of tasks on hand, and they are being tested. Being rebalanced. So we should see progress um, more and more often, definitely. But as far as a release date, hopefully um, as soon as possible. That's all I can say.
He says that's all he can say, but I guarantee most people heard him as a robot there too. Larry, I know your
It's pretty
connection's
clear
not
on my
always the
end,
absolute
actually.
greatest.
It was actually
Okay,
pretty clear for
great.
me, so it might be a round robin for you. Yeah,
I
Graham,
think
how do
it's
you
me. I
feel?
think I'm the one in robot mode. Yeah, keep going on. Graham, take it away.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so I'm also kind of like looking at the Q4. I wouldn't say early Q4. I could see kind of like late Q4, maybe early 2025, depending how things go. But I think it will accelerate quite quickly. There's a lot of really large core systems that are still in the process of being development. That's things like looking at something like meta, and also I guess character skills. Once we start to get these kind of things in there, I think we'll see that have a better accurate picture of when we'll actually be able to do a release. But things are going on track right now. They feel really, really good. So I'm also saying that I got my fingers crossed, and I'll say Q4, late Q4.
All right.
I think
It
I
sounds
just heard
like
some
a pretty
alpha there.
solid
Character
consensus.
skills. What's that?
Yeah, hey, we'll get into it.
Yep.
We'll get into it. Don't worry. We don't want to share too much in the very beginning, you guys. But there is a lot of questions about that. Don't worry. We actually have one. If you want to jump into it, people have actually asked about character skills, but I want to ask one more thing really quick while we're on this launch date side of things, because another question that was asked a lot that's in a similar area as that one, when roadmap? When can people expect an official roadmap to be released? Coop, Lewis, if you guys have any ideas, how long do you think it's going to take to get like a much more solid, of course, it's not 100%, but a much more solid roadmap to be able to share with the community so they know what the milestones look like leading up to launch later this year?
Yeah, I think again, so there's actually two interesting things that are going on. One is that marketing is getting fully ramped up on this. Lewis is getting fully ramped up on this. We actually have a roadmap, and but with the new marketing person kind of shaking things up, it might all shift. So it just doesn't make sense to like release something then shift something quickly. But what's going to be interesting is that this roadmap is only going to go up to potentially our token launch. And the reason being is that it's advised to not actually say much about deadlines like Q1, Q2, Q3 after your token's actually live. Otherwise, it's considered a speculation and investment vehicle. And we definitely want our token to be a utility. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're as verbose as possible about the game and then what's going to happen this year up until our TGE. And then after that, we're going to share the vision of what the project is going to be moving forward. And of course, that vision will be evolving with the community as the game, continues for years on end. So that's pretty much what I could share in terms of like timing. I feel pretty good about the marketing stuff
Yeah.
that's coming together, and I would hope by the end of this month, like we can at least share our first draft, and if not, get it like public at the end of the month to the first week of August. And it's a lot. Like I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot today, but there's so much that was not on the light paper that is now being officiated into light paper right now. And I think Graham is almost done with like the last couple tweaks of like decision making to make sure that it's super clear too. So it's all coming together, guys.
Thanks, Coop. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I wanted to get that question out before we jump into game stuff because I do know that there is a lot of game questions as well. So this one, let's just jump into it, guys. So I think just to paraphrase, I hope you guys all understand, roadmap. I hope that we have something to share by the end of the month here. Launch, hopefully by the end of this year. All of these are tentative, but we definitely are shooting for this. And of course, you guys will be informed as that changes. I know things have been a little messy the last little bit, but there's a lot of moving parts here. And like Coop mentioned, putting the team together is important, but there is a very solid team working on it. So expect the communication to kind of ramp up in that area. Now let's talk about the game. Lots of people asking about the game stuff. Now I know there are some things that are more technical, so I'm going to save those to the second bit of this. I want to ask things that are more like in game, and one of them was brought up before, so let's talk about it right now. Guys, we've hinted at this character skill stuff. We have. It's not the first time we've mentioned it. We've mentioned that there's going to be archetypes, there's going to be special skills, and people want to know, right? People are very curious about it. So what is the plan with this whole character skills thing? What's coming? What can we share, right? I'm sure we can't announce all of it and give people the whole sauce here, but maybe let's throw it over to Graham and Larry. We'd love to hear your guys' point of view. What are character skills? What do we mean when we talk about this? And potentially, do we know when people might even be able to start testing this out?
I can probably start off with this, and Larry can probably give a little bit more details. So we are doing character progression on the per season. So that means each season that you start, everyone will start on equal footing. And part of the character progression is actually be able to unlock character skills and equip them to the characters. There'll be two types of skills, passive and active. Yeah, I don't go too much on this. There's quite a lot of exploration in this. So that's kind of like at the high level is what it is at right now.
Hopefully they will make it
You
pay
play
to
the game
win
this season,
then.
you collect skill points, use them to invest, unlock skills. And the lobby, depending what your character is, you can equip those skills to those characters. Some characters might have prerequisites, I guess, for that particular skill to synergize a little bit better. But it's something that should add a lot more depth to the play.
Cool. Larry, anything to add on to that?
Yeah, let me just chime in a little bit. I'm pretty sure everybody's kind of like it all feels like the characters. Why do we have professions, right? Why do we have so many characters? But it doesn't feel like they're unique. Everybody's all doing the same thing. We know, we absolutely know. There's a lot of stuff planned, and they're in progress. We are going to make sure that the characters feel unique. Not only they'll have character skills that's I'll say somewhat associated with the character professions, thus ties into like some sort of archetypes. Since there's team play now, right? There's probably will be some sort of you know, building, I don't know, tanking, right? But I don't really want to say much because a lot of the stuff is being rebalanced. A lot of the stuff is still being designed. Some of the skills are being worked on. We just want to make sure that the players, you guys, could play this game um, any way you guys want to, right? If you guys like parkour, there's going to be skills that helps you do more parkour. You guys want to, kill zombies. There's skills for that. You guys like the stealthy stuff. You guys want to be ninjas. There's definitely skills to help you do that. And yeah, that's the whole goal of it. We want to make sure that you as a player feel unique compared to any other player.
All right. Just making sure that I am not too roboty here, guys. I know that my connection's getting a little spotty. My apologies. However, yeah, character skills, really excited. So on that point too, I think there is a lot of a lot of questions as well about some of the other stuff that we have started to introduce. So people have seen the riot police zombies. There was actually quite an interesting pop up in the Discord community because we didn't fully announce it at first. I know it was in the update logs, but who reads the update logs? But we had a bunch of people sharing screenshots of them running into the riot police zombie for the first time and mentioning how terrifying it was. But people are very curious. What else is coming? Do we have other special types of zombies coming? What can we share about them? I know this is something we have wanted to talk about, so I wanted to kind of throw this back, maybe a little bit between like Vitaly and Larry, because I know obviously Vitaly, you're handling the world, the world view side of this, and you're building up the narrative. So maybe between the two of you guys, you can tell us a little bit, share a little bit of alpha about some of the other special zombies that are coming.
Wait, operator, you already
I'll let
downloaded?
Larry chime in, and I'll do the support.
Yeah, we want to make sure. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more varieties of different types of zombies that's coming, right? But like, we want to be careful on announcing these because we don't want to say one thing and it turns out to be another, and because we don't want to just throw creatures or like monsters in there just because we have to, right? Like, we want to make sure that every zombie or a creature, a monster, or possibly elite has a specific reason to be in there. We want to enhance the game play. We want to make sure that everybody has fun playing this game. At the same time, being challenged. So um, we do have a bunch of this planned. I know there's like 9 zombie that's been mentioned for like a whole year now. We are working on it. There's a lot of technical difficulties when it's to like solving like how to navigate in the air and stuff like that. Especially when we have like such a huge amount of creatures and in the world at the same time with other players. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff we need to optimize before it could be fully utilized and see the light of day. So
You know what's so funny
there's a
about
like
that? Everybody was saying you're a robot,
mhm,
Larry.
yeah.
So I think most people aren't able to hear it very well. Larry says, yeah, they're saying they cannot hear. So
I'll
maybe,
help.
and I love you, Larry, but maybe we'll throw to Vitaly real quick. Let Vitaly kind of
I'll
shout
help
this
out.
out.
I heard. I think I understand the essence. I work with Larry. So basically, what is conveyed that we don't want to give away too much. Definitely, a lot of things are being made with a purpose. So no more zombies, or they haven't been done that way. But we don't want to make just a zombie just because we need another set of zombies. But we definitely want to integrate everything with gameplay. And now that there's world building being done, we're kind of intertwining everything, that kind of everything makes sense in the game. And obviously, there's a big part that I think the team hasn't been telling you guys about, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the world building that I hope at some time we're gonna reveal, and it's gonna be a really big smack in the face for everybody because it is super exciting. It really looks nice. The concepts are coming in. I'm the guy who sees them, so I can definitely convey the energy that's going on in the creative part. So we're catching up with actually supporting the game with really, really cool stuff. And of course, the new zombies are going to be coming from this meta that is being built up. So I've seen some stuff already. Just take my word for now. Just believe it. And it's going to be really great. Yeah.
Okay, we will take his word
I will
for now,
just say
chat.
that, like, I think the just to repeat the essence is that we don't want to say something and then like it doesn't get done, um, I think we've all seen the original trailer of the big zombie, and that was not just a CGI trailer. Like that big zombie actually was in game in one of our very most early tests with KOLs. If anybody was part of that, I think Guru was definitely there before he was with us to see the big boy. And that is being worked on right now. So if it works out, it works out, and then we make it into the game. But again, like a game is an art form, and sometimes when you put pen to paper, it just doesn't look good and doesn't feel good, and you take it back out. So let us cook, and it's gonna be cool. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying the Riot Zombies, and no doubt there's gonna be more of that.
I think the most important question we need to answer here is when flying zombie. Everybody needs flying zombies. They're coming, right? We need a confirmation. Can we get like a somebody to take ownership here and at least have the flying zombie exist in the world, even if it's not playable in the game. There's got to be some sort of flying zombie representation in the world. We're sending that your way, Vitaly. We need to have that exist in the world.
Are you suggesting that we just walk around the level and we just see flying zombies like birds there, just to be there,
Yeah.
just to make you feel bad? That sounds amazing. I'm sure that is in scope because, right? I think Larry has mentioned that the problem with the Riot Zombie, there's a lot of technical stuff around it and gameplay stuff because it is flying for. So yeah, if you want to go, hey, it's what is that? It's a plane? No, it's a flying zombie. Definitely could do that.
Yeah.
Great.
Larry, I know that your mic's kind of choppy, but just for a short answer, like, what's your confidence on the flying zombie at the moment? Because I've been looking at that art for months, so I'm just kind of
Yeah.
curious
And by
how
the
you
way,
feel
Larry,
about it.
if your mic is not working as great, feel free to type. You guys, the text chat is open. If you want, Larry, and it just works better to type out, let me know. Right? Like I have no problem with it. If you prefer that way, yeah, cool. So Larry's gonna type. So you guys keep your eyes on the chat for that, and in the recording, you guys are gonna be able to see the chat as well. So no worries about that. So we'll let Larry cook. Larry is good at cooking. He's practically Senshi from Delicious in Dungeon, you guys. So just make sure that you trust in him. You can believe in him. But let's keep going because a bunch of other things have been asked about gameplay. So I want to ask some more questions here about gameplay. Actually, one of them is a great question that actually came right now from Bunnyman. It's on my eyes. And I actually wanted to ask you guys in general. We just introduced grenades, right? So he's curious: are grenades only going to be found in airdrops, or are there plans for them to also be found in other strategic locations, randomly found, etc.? So Larry, while you're typing up, maybe also answer Bunnyman's question in there because I'm also curious. The grenades are awesome, by the way. I've had a lot of fun with them. I hope you guys have too. They've really shaken things up, of course. So if you want to answer that one as well, throw that one in there. And there'll be a bunch of questions too. So keep your eyes on that one, Larry. Another one that I've seen, and I'm super curious about this one too. People are curious about playtests. So at this point in time, playtests obviously happen every 2 weeks. The playtests themselves, it seems like every other playtest will have a new update of content and potentially optimizations for people to test out. What is the plan for playtests moving forward? So we have one today, obviously, but are playtests going to stay the same? Are they going to change? What are we doing about playtests moving forward? This is something that has been asked quite a bit, and I'm even curious myself. So I don't know, Coop, if you want to take it, Graham,
Yeah.
if you want to take it away.
Yeah, I'll start. Yeah, so I think the main thing people need to know is that our liquidity is not, indefinite, right? Like matching up with nobody or like, a small server with just a few
Okay, chat,
people
another
is
20
not the
minutes
best for the
of the
economy.
AMA and then we can play the game.
And right now we are keeping pretty lax rules on matchmaking, which we need to
Yo.
fix. And we also need to more optimize rules to make sure that the South American
Yeah, it's also because they are
South
talking,
American
I think.
servers are actually matching correctly. So once we can double down on our queues, and then we also increase liquidity, then we feel more confident to run the tests for longer than 24 hours. We did shift it from Saturday to Friday, so I hope that helps out some people. I know some people were saying Sundays were not the best day for them. But when will we get more liquidity? So the first thing is that we now have a dedicated marketing team. We're going to be doing a big marketing push soon around Web2, right? So actually, majority of our users are actually not in crypto, and they are just hanging out, like traditional Tarkov players. Is actually a majority of the feedback that we've seen so far. Also, we need a better way to improve our UI to let people know a test is coming. A lot of people are kind of confused on the UI right now, so we need to make sure that the user experience is super clear so that we can help build up the liquidity. And then finally, we're going to be putting this game on Steam as well, right? So once it's on Steam, that's going to be a lot more eyeballs than Epic. And we're also going to be able to use a lot of the emails that we have been capturing and actually have a marketing team reach out to existing players that have played in the past so that they can come on at the same time. So with better liquidity, we will increase time. Once we get closer to launch day, we will start opening up the test for an entire week. So we'll run it for 7 days. Not sure if it'll be open 24/7 for 7 days, but again, it's kind of based on liquidity to make sure that there's enough people online to match up with. But yeah, that's my take on that. I'm not sure if anybody else has something to add.
Actually, if anybody wants to add in, just unmute and share your mic. I think I just want to share my point of view too. I come and I play these play tests with all of you guys, right? Like I try to join in and play for a couple of hours every single play test. Some of you have murdered me, GG's. I'm a little rusty, so don't hold it against me. But I think the biggest thing here is that the playtests at this point in time are striking a balance between actually testing out the game, right? Like you guys don't even understand how valuable your feedback is, how valuable your time spent playing the game, running into bugs. Sometimes they're frustrating. We get that. We appreciate you guys going through this. But all of this is very important, right? Because it helps us improve. It helps us understand what works, what doesn't work in the game, what you guys want, what generally players would want to see in the game, and we continue to improve on that. The other thing, of course, is that the playtests being the way that they are, with the ability to go and loot NFTs and equipment, is also a way for us to show support for all of you who are supporting us early on, right? Like a lot of people, of course, don't. Funny man, I see that. A lot of people, of course, when you come in and you support a game as early as you did Last Remains last year, and again, we have not forgotten about that, right? You sometimes have to sit there on a bag for years, not getting any value back. Well, we have for months now been giving you guys early access to come in and play the game with enhanced drop rates to start building up your own war chest to help kind of kickstart the economy and have a head start when the game officially launches. So I hope, again, you guys can appreciate that we put this opportunity forward. Now, I did hear that one person specifically asked if they're going to be ramping up close to launch. I will tell you guys this. Playtests are going to work differently close to launch. Like Coop mentioned, we would love to be able to have the opportunity to open it up for longer than 24 hours, do a longer term playtest with higher liquidity. I do know as well, there's been a lot of ask about tournaments. Yes, that's my area of expertise, so don't worry. I have been pushing for tournaments, but we need a tournament ready game for it to be ready for something like that. And we want to make it an extra spicy one. So definitely get your practice in. We will have some tournaments coming in. We want to make sure the game is ready for that. And of course, our marketing is ready for that, but they are coming. So definitely going to be coming. But yeah, I just wanted to jump in and just say from my point of view as well, Coop, because I know I'm pretty close to everybody on the playtest side. One final question on technical. I know we might be going a little bit over here. One final question on technical, and then we're going to get into some of the token stuff. I know you guys have been asking a lot about token. Don't worry, I'm grilling the team on it. People want to ask about optimization. So Larry, I know you're in there specifically. So maybe I just want to send this your way to maybe start talking a little bit about optimization plans going forward in the text. A lot of people are curious about it. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster lately. Maybe you can explain to people why that is, what you guys are working with, and why sometimes the optimization is potentially better one week and then maybe not as good the next week, and some of the plans for that. So just wanted to kind of throw you in on that. I see you typing, so I'm going to let Larry take that away. And now we get into something that has been asked so much, and you guys deserve an answer. So Coop, I think this is going to go back to you. Maybe you and Graham can kind of answer on this. People want to know, what's the plan with upcoming NFT distributions, sales, etc.? We promise people Genesis equipment. What's the plan with Genesis equipment? What does that look like, right? So I really want to get those answers from you guys. Maybe first things first, do we have plans for a future NFT sale of any sort? And then second off, what's the plan with Genesis equipment? When are people going to be able to redeem their Genesis equipment?
Yeah, definitely a plan for sales. And the moment that there's a sale will be the day that you can get the Genesis equipment. Right now, marketing is figuring out when the right time is going to be. I think it's going to be close to um, like the launch. Like, I think it should be a moment where the game is at its peak interest and there's a lot of eyeballs on it. It might even be one of the first purchases of people in the Web2 space who are buying into a Web3 economy, which would be really cool. Yeah, so I think definitely it's needed, right? And it's going to be one of the most, like, characters are characters and they have skills, but Genesis equipment's and then being able to use your perfect pass, mint perfect pass to get Genesis. It's going to be the most in demand NFT collection because it's going to be rare, right? Somebody might only have one or two katanas that are Genesis, So, and once we enable durability on everything, which again, I hope you guys are enjoying a world with no durable items. Those NFTs are surviving at the moment, but that won't, last forever. This Genesis equipment is going to be, very awesome. So, yep, that's my take on Genesis.
Okay, cool. I mean, again, guys, I'll push for it a little bit more. I think what Coop had mentioned is a little bit closer to launch. I think to follow up on that, then is there any word on potentially maybe doing like a loot box sale or something, or like I know we were hinting at a loot box promo a couple of months ago. Is there still plans for that at all, Coop?
Yeah, we want to do a loot box sale. That would probably not have Genesis, equipments in it though. Um, yeah, I think a Genesis equipment, if I'm not mistaken, you will get one new one, just one item, but it's not going to be like a loot box of like many items of Genesis. Again, I do want to keep the supply quite low and allow many people to have an opportunity to purchase. So how the loot box would work, for example, is more being able to work with content creators and giveaways for claiming these loot boxes, and then also um, like having individuals be able to come to the site and essentially purchase them. But the loot boxes will have a high chance for higher grade items, and it will be probably one of the few, if not only, opportunities to get a loot box for equipment. Because otherwise, once you get into the actual game and the game is live, the only way to really get this equipment is by playing the
Yo,
game.
what's up?
We won't be introducing loot boxes indefinitely.
Okay, yeah, great for that, Coop. I think I have one to potentially throw over to Graham now. Graham, I hope you've had a rest because we're going to throw you back up on stage. While we're on the topic of equipment, lots of people have been asking questions about equipment. Actually, Kiesel brought up a really good point. I don't know if he's still down there. Yes, of course he is. He was really talking about equipment syncs, equipment durability. There's also chats about search and rescue. So I think I'm gonna throw a couple questions at you, but one at a time here, Graham. First things
Okay.
first. Do we have any idea when equipment durability is coming into play and how it will work? Anything we can share around that?
I can walk through how it would work. It would work on durability would decrease each time you take the equipment in a match. So if you say that you had 100 durability in the equipment, you play the match, it would reduce to 99 after you finish that. So that's kind of like one of the ways we're going to have a sync for equipment. And then as that durability goes down to 0, the equipment breaks, and then you can break it down to the shards if you wanted to.
Okay, that's great. And I mean, on that same point, because Kiesel had brought up a message about shards, and it seems like at this point in time, there are already shards in circulation because, of course, we had search and rescue, etc. Do we have a plan for those? Because I know that they're building up. They're building up consistently, and I know that there's been a little bit of concern about that supply going as high as it has before the game has launched. So, do we have any plans for that? Like, is that maybe going to be tied to loot boxes at all, or what's the plan around that, Graham?
So I mean, right now that's something I'm still kind of like exploring a little bit, but it probably revolve around creating additional sinks, making the sinks more expensive to drain more, or even looking at controls on spending as well. But this is something that needs to be investigated a little bit more. I don't want to just jump to and just announce a solution just right now, but we are exploring that. So I don't want it to something like this to impact negatively upon the economy.
Okay, yeah, it's good to know that we're aware of it. I think that's the biggest thing is people are want to know we're aware of it. Oh, Coop, I see you on mic. Anything to say on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to add like one of the decisions, like at least to give people a little more less vague, just answers to, just because I know there's a lot of things in motion right
But if
now.
anyone's
But
looking for
like,
wait,
even though things will change,
if anyone from the chat is looking for a group, just let me know, and then we're with 2 at the moment, so later you can join.
is something that we're looking to bring inside the game. So it's not just a mini app; it is something that you could do within the game. And then the other thing is that the only way to break down your items is by playing the game. So it's not something that you could just buy items and then like destroy them and get shards. This is like a key decision that Graham and I are leaning into, so that like people won't just like buy up shards. And then that allows us to consider, and continue to consider that shards will probably be an expense for loot boxes, some of the most unique loot boxes in the game. And those loot boxes might have unique items that you can only get in a loot box, not in game. So, like for example, maybe in Search and Rescue, you can get an S grade backpack, but you can't get it anywhere else. And within a loot box, you might be able to get the best, katana skin, but not anywhere else. So it's just examples of like how we can kind of hide different unique items across different systems. Again, all ideas that have been shared publicly before, and then also decisions that are kind of in the making.
Thanks, Coop. Appreciate it. And then the final thing here, people are curious about, and while we're talking about equipment and sinks, search and rescue. Graham, I think this is one that goes to you. And then, of course, if anybody else wants to jump in, Coop or Vitaly, happy to hear you. But what's the plan here? What is search and rescue? What are we doing with it? It's kind of feels like a bit of a lost child right now. So I think people are curious. What's the plans for it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Coop's already mentioned that the biggest plan would be to kind of incorporate it into the core game, and also working out a way how it can coexist on the Web 2, the Steam, and the Web 3, the Epic side as well. So that's what we're kind of looking at right now. So there will be a revamp of the UI and UX as well. But I don't want to be too vague, but that's kind of like the direction it is until we get full alignment. It's going to be, I can basically say it'll be incorporated into the main game. It will be a major sync for equipment. Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be what we still envisioned, but I think one thing that is gonna happen is it's gonna get overhauled, be a lot more intuitive, be the accessibility is gonna be increased, and we want to make it something that can be used for both Web 2 and Web 3, if I remember correctly. That's kind of,
sure.
or if I'm able to kind of encompass that correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think another question here that people are curious about when it comes to like equipment, tokenomics, etc., coming up is ZT. Do we have? I know we've talked about it, and there's been a lot of questions asking specifically about ZT. What's the plan with ZT? Do we have any dates or any? I know again, Coop, we can't mention dates in general, but I mean more dates to kind of give people more clear announcements around it. Also, do we have more information about maybe the utility use case for it, because I know a lot of people are curious. What is the point of ZT? What is it going to be used for in the game? Anything that we can elaborate on that, or is that still kind of a work in progress?
I just had 2 kids running here, so hopefully
No worries, Coop. Graham, you want to take this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have him start and then I'll follow.
Okay. I mean, I guess for major utilities, we are having battle passes. Battle passes can be purchased with ZT. We're definitely looking at that. There is the concept of unlocking items from the game. So if you have a character NFT, you go into the game, you find items, graded items that is, and you want to bring them out. We are looking at a system where you can unlock those items by purchasing keys or tickets, however you want to call it, and they would require ZT. There's equipment repair as well. So they're probably the major sinks for it. Looking at the more competitive aspect of it, guilds. To create a guild, you'll require ZT. Maybe we think we're still investigating this as well, but maybe for like a lot of tournaments or some certain events, you might require an entry fee, which could be ZT as well. So that's what I can share for the utility on it so far.
Thanks, Graham. Anything you want to jump in and mention on top of that, Coop?
Yeah. Yeah, I think unfortunately I didn't get the hero hologram as I juggled some kids there for a moment, but I think maybe I'll focus more on the token side. So yeah, a lot of interest on the token. The main thing is that the sentiment market is in flux right now. So you'll probably see a slowdown of token launches in general. And the other thing is that a lot of people actually don't like to plan tokens too far in advance, even exchanges at this point. But what's really cool, and I actually just published a draft of a document that's going on out internally here in the company, is that in the last 2 to 3 months, me and the team have come together and created like an advisory team, and we have a really good idea about what it takes to make a token successful, and how to actually launch it like at your will. So I would say, we can confidently say that, we are going to launch a token. We are planning it to be a utility token, and it's going to have, strong factors within the game. I think the biggest one is going to be repairing items. So some of your most rare items, you can imagine getting one in season 1 that's about to break that you want to keep alive forever. You'd be using a zombie token to keep that going. And that, we will do the standard, go to public sale. We'll be aiming to, list things on exchanges. And we'll definitely be on dexes. In terms of like having our own chain and a gas token, I could say that we are planning on having our own chain, but the zombie token will not be used as a gas token. So we're probably going to be leaning more into a free gas economy, very similar to Ronin back in the day, but we'll do that indefinitely instead of forever. And instead of like a limited time and then changing it for to become a gas ecosystem. And one of the reasons why we're thinking of that is that we do want our economy to be completely transparent as we evolve versus kind of this Web 2.5D arena. Yeah, so I mean, there's lots of plans around the token. I think they will be revealed as we get closer. I guess one more thing that will determine the token launch that I can share is that sometimes people want the tokens to come out after the game versus before the game. There has been some stories of exchanges canceling projects that just launched the game, did not launch the game, but said they were going to launch the game before the token. So with that said, like we do need to have those conversations with exchanges and see where they're comfortable at, because if they want to see the game out first, that means that, as I said it, the token would have to come out after. So that's the dance that we're doing right now. And yeah, at the end of the day, I would say that I'm a huge believer in making sure that we test the token before it goes live, similar to what we're doing at Earn Alliance. So I would imagine you all being able to use the zombie token well before you're able to trade it, just so that we can test that in advance.
That's really good news. So I actually, it's the first time I've really heard about that, and I think for the community as well. I think definitely the sentiment is have the product live before we start, putting token and liquidity on the market. I think that's solid. Most people seem to be in agreement with that. Another thing I think is being able to use it, having a use case for it, because there is some of it in circulation, not on-chain circulation, but off-chain circulation. It'd be great to be able to give people a chance to start using it, testing it. Who knows? Maybe some of you guys buy a Bitcoin pizza, but hey, that's the risk we take in this space. But ZT to 100, am I right? No, you guys don't clip that. That's not right, okay? I didn't say that. That is not right. But anyway, I think that's a lot of good information, Coop. Now, one thing people are curious about, and you touched on it a little bit, but this has been a really, really common question. So if you can elaborate, it would be fantastic. We mentioned our own chain. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like, are we building our own blockchain? What's the reason for this? Because some people are curious, like, why build our own blockchain? Is it just for fees? Are we planning to do like more of a subnet, kind of like what people do on AVAX? Anything you can share about that, Coop? Because I know a lot of people are really curious.
Yeah, maybe you guys can help me with this and spread the news. So right now we're in conversations with Scale and Sweet, and it might sound random me saying that out loud, but for Scale, after speaking to many different chains, Scale is one of the few chains that will allow you to do no gas without needing to host your own network. And what that means is that, we would need to get nodes and validators for people who know what that is in, crypto, in order to process transactions, you need a machine and you need thousands of machines in order for it to be, properly decentralized. And somebody needs to host thousands of machines to create a decentralized network. So if we were to create our own chain, we don't want to have to do that and have our community need to create a bunch of validators, but we do want the transparency of the entire economy, which means that so there's over 250 to 300,000, I don't know the exact number now, gamers that have played Last Remains, which sounds crazy, and 70% of them are Web 2. And right now you guys can't see that because, we're Web 2.5D, right? So having the entire economy and all the transactions being sponsored by us because we're running a no gas chain to Scale is very possible and cost effective. So I've been speaking closely with their team, and they seem like they know what they're doing as well. I'm pretty happy with them. And on the Sui side, they're actually one of our biggest fans of the project, and they actually have some really good token strategies that I can't really get into. So those are the conversations that are going. So it's a complete transparent update on like what ecosystems that we may land on. But I think what's key is that that you guys won't have to worry about gas in the future.
Thanks, Coop. While we're talking about that, maybe let's give them. Sorry, I know we're running out of time here, and just so everybody knows, Coop and I are actually going to go and probably kick some ass, maybe get our asses kicked in some Last Remains afterwards on the Last Remains page. Bunnyman asked a question. I think this is a great way to kind of end this off a little bit because people are curious about this. And again, guys, I know there's lots of questions. This isn't the first AMA. We're going to do these more periodically. I want to keep the team very connected with the whole community here. But Coop, I know we just had a meeting about this, so maybe we can give people an update. That bridge situation, the bridge issue, we just confirmed kind of what was wrong, and we have some plans going forward. Can we update the community really quick on it?
Yeah, so there's an exploit, which I won't go into detail, that may have caused some duplicate items. So we wanted to stop the bridge before those items went out. Unfortunately, with travel and people taking time off, it's taken us a bit longer to solve the issue, which is why the bridge is down. In the near future, there will be dedicated engineering teams to solve this in a faster pace. But with that said, there's two issues. One is that we found this exploit, so we disabled items going out. And then I believe when the team was trying to block, items from going out, they broke items from coming in. Now, the good thing is that everything is tracked and it's on the blockchain and, everything's good to go. So we know if there were any items lost, they will be produced when this fix goes out. And for the duplicate items, we're going to go ahead and, delete them. I'll just say out to the community as well, if you do find any exploits, definitely let us know about it in advance. In the future, we won't be as nice and just delete items. We will be banning accounts.
Thanks, Coop. Yeah, you guys, 100%. I think so. Big Tommy mentions a really awesome thing here, and we have talked about it, by the way. So nothing confirmed, but definitely he mentions exploit bounties. Definitely going to be a thing. I know we brought it up before, Coop. I think we just have to get a system together. Maybe we can kind of prio something like that going forward, because definitely we think we should reward people who find things that could affect the economy negatively and actually bring it to our attention early. So definitely we're going to have something like that up. That being said, though, we are pushing over time, so I want to be conscious of everybody's time here. I think the final question that I have for you guys, and this is a very important question, is what is your favorite part about Last Remains right now? We're going to go through the list. Coop, I want you to be the last one to answer it. So, Graham, I want to ask you, what is your favorite thing about Last Remains right now? What's got you hyped? Why are you part of this team here?
I mean, I love the idea of a game that has so many levels of participants in there, different audience types. I find that very, very interesting. And it's also what's interesting about it is that it's a game first. This is a game for gamers, and it has elements of the blockchain on there, which I think I mean, a lot of people look at a lot of the blockchain games as being a bit of a scam or not being really that fun to play. But Last Remain is a game that's fun to play. There's a competitive element in there. A lot of these systems, the way it's themed, everything seems to align really, really well. Yeah, it's a great product to work on. It's a game. That's why I'm here. I really enjoy working on these kind of things, and it's a fantastic team to work with as well.
Thanks, Graham. I appreciate it, and I couldn't agree more. Game first. Passionate gamers building a game. Let's keep going along because I want to give everybody a chance. Larry, I know you're working on things, so I won't throw you in on it yet. Next, I want to throw it over to Fiddly. Fiddly, you are a man with a storytelling brain. What gets you most excited about Last Remains? Why are you excited to be part of this team?
I'll kind of ride off.
Should we
of,
play now,
what he
or should
said.
we still
I
watch the
think
Q&A
serious
of
business
the
is being done here.
AMA?
This is in the Web3 space, yeah. As you mentioned, sometimes it gets wonky, but I'm definitely very excited to join the team where
Okay.
the game is
If anyone
thriving
from the chat
and
wants to join
so
us, we
many
still have a
really
place in
awesome
the
stuff
lobby.
going on.
Or if the
I mean, I would love to talk about all the things that are happening
Yeah.
behind the scenes, but I think the time will come. And yeah, I'm excited about the stuff that is being prepared now, how to flesh out the world, because we've got some really cool stuff coming. So yeah, I think I'll hold off on that for now, and I'm looking forward to showing it when the time comes.
I keep muting when I go to say thank you, but thanks, Fiddly. Appreciate it. And I think everybody's super excited to see what you're cooking. If they could see your Miro board, my goodness. I'll just tell you guys this. This guy is working on this like he's building the most intense D&D campaign you've ever seen in your life. So just wait. It's going to be awesome. Of course, we have Lewis, who is our new member. Lewis, you just joined. You probably don't have a lot of experience, but what so far in your very first day here has you excited? Why are you so excited to be part of this team?
Why did you sign your contract to join the team?
Yeah, why'd you sign it? Why are you here? Is it the memes? Tell us it's the memes.
Well, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Like I actually saw like Launch Remains, and I always have this fantasy about like having zombie apocalypse in the life that we're familiar with. So I'm just super excited to play this game, and I want it to be shipped as soon as possible. And I really love the concept of extract to earn, and like we can truly have ownership like over our efforts, like the time and the gaming skills we built up. And yeah, I'm just a huge fan of Last Remains. Yeah, that's the most exciting. Sorry.
Thanks, Lewis. We'll get you in. We got to see what your game skills are like. You're gonna get put through the ringer, trust me. I love it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be there. So, Coop, I know you and I are about to jump into a stream. I don't know if Larry's here, but either way, I think, Coop, most people already have a general idea that you are very, very passionate about Last Remains. But I'm curious where you're at right now. You've been a very busy man. What's got you most excited about Last Remains right now with everything that's going on with Earn Alliance, the Web3 space, etc.?
Right this moment is the feeling of combat. I know that it's not perfect just yet, and there's no such thing as perfect, but the feeling of combat has drastically improved. Um, I'm excited to jump into this game and feel it again because I only got an hour in the live build last time,
Okay.
and I want to play more in there. But
Wait,
just
I'm
being
gonna
able
do
to
it
hit
this
somebody
way
in
real quick. Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I'm gonna start
Okay.
up the game.
You're gonna start up the game, and then I'm gonna start up the game too. Do I add you as a friend on Epic? Oh, you already.
Hmm?
No. I need your wait, Big Dave. I need your
Yeah, it's
tag.
big.
I think.
You have it or not? Or no?
Oh, yeah, wait. The Big Dave. Let me see.
Thank you for following, Snowtux. Okay,
Big Dave AI. Allemaal aan elkaar, of wat?
yeah, why? Wait. Yeah. No, with the just like the website, bigdave.ai.
Oh, I got you. Adding you. Add it. And launching Last Remains now.
Yeah, we're just
Okay?
gonna play. Yeah. Yeah, Snowtux, we're just gonna play the game. It's in playtest. Okay, I'm gonna start up the game and invite you.
Alright. Let go, let go. Let go, let go.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna put this a bit quieter.
F for flashlight. Invite friend. You invite me to your session,
Yeah,
Hunter.
I invited you. You can join.
How?
In the Epic invite menu. Yeah, here accept.
Ah, yeah. Got it.
We gonna play with some people from the chat or not?
If you want, if they got the game,
Yeah,
join
just
them. We
let
got
us
two
know.
more slots.
Wait, I will check the Twitter. Wait.
I'm gonna do my audio 1 second.
If anyone wants to play the game, just let us know.
There's
Wait.
no chat. Okay, let's run it. Can we change our name because we're both Nate?
I think so.
Oh yeah, check character selection. I'll be the chick then.
Which
No, I'll
characters
be
do we
Nate.
have?
Only 2 characters.
Okay, then we're
Well,
just gonna play a game for now.
yeah, let's run it.
Okay, I'm gonna do auto team join.
What region are you in?
Huh?
Region top
EU.
left. You're in. All right,
Europe.
I'm I set to EU. Well, I'm in Asia. Should I set to Asia? Yeah. Okay. Ready up?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm
Let's
team.
go, chat.
I don't know if it's ready up or not, but we'll see.
I think my camera is lagging a bit now. But that's okay. Maybe take me off stream for a few, Hunter, and I'll just stay on audio.
Okay. Yeah, you just need to leave the collab camera.
Oh, yeah. I'll pause it for a second. Let me see how that works.
If anyone from the chat wants to join, just let us know.
Game's loading. Game's loading with you also.
Yeah.
Chat. Viewers on Twitter, let's go. Thanks, Last Remains, for the retweet. Whoever wants to win a gift card, go to our website, become a member, and join the Big Dave giveaway streams group. And you'll get some Steam gift cards or whatever gift cards you need. Let's go, chat. Yo, the loading is getting it's taking long, bro.
Yeah, but it's still finding a extra player, I think. but not sure.
It's okay. We'll let it run. Let's go, chat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have a quick. Oh, I think we're ready. Oh, I had an error. My game crashed.
My game hasn't crashed yet, but I
Wait, the error is still loading. I can screenshot it. Out of video memory. Fuck that, man. My video card is max.
wait, Doc. I'm Doc. I'm gonna see if the chat can hear you. The stream
Test,
is
test.
freezing. I think. Wait. I think my computer is dying. Wait a second.
My stream's still on here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it works. It still works, I think.
Okay, my game has crashed. My game has crashed. So I'll reboot.
Should I restart too, or not?
No, you just go in, see if the game starts for you.
Yeah, no, it's also in loading. Wait.
Yeah, just see while you can get it in or not. I'm gonna restart my computer after this, Hunter, so I'll be right back.
Wait, I'm gonna restart the game because it's not.
Me too. I'll be right back. Okay?
Yeah. Wait, it doesn't even want to close. Wait, what? Wait a second. I think it's also glitched because he left the game without. Task manager doesn't even want to respond. I'm gonna close the game this way. Let me see. Okay, just a quick thing. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. I didn't know this was gonna happen. But it's still in playtest, so we should have expected these kind of things. Wait, this okay, camera still works. Go, okay. Okay, the game is loading. Okay, now we just wait for the Tommy and Dev. Okay, I'm gonna put it a bit lower because it's not and then the stream will run a bit better. Okay. I don't know if Streamlabs still Wait, does it still work? Okay, yeah, it works fine. I'm gonna just try auto join team because operator's PC died, I think. I'm not sure.